provided them with shame, embarrassment, fear, a whole multitude of emotions that all of those people came up and told the court about before we went on lunch recess. Consequences, Judge, as you've heard, that are going to have lifelong consequences that they're going to have to navigate through their lives with. A sentence on the victims in this case. There's been some discussion about his level of risk in the community. Setting aside the fact that he denies that this abuse occurred, that he hasn't had the inclination to start treatment in the nearly 4 years since this has been active, and that he has given very low indication of his willingness or want to engage in any sort of treatment whatsoever, that's ancillary concern for the state judge. More broadly, Your Honor, what Scolati's report doesn't consider, and which he will actively acknowledge, is the domain of punishment, which is for the court. The state's concerned, Judge, is seeking justice for the victims, to give them some peace, to give them some perception of safety in the community that they're going to need to continue to live, to ensure they don't have to live constantly looking over their shoulders, to show them that the verdict of the jury meant something.
I'm not sure if anyone knows what happened at this point. The only thing I know for certain is that this never happened. In interviews with law enforcement, I begged Detective Wofstead to take a polygraph numerous times. I also begged the detectives to expedite the testing of the physical evidence that they sent to the crime lab. I'd like to add that based on innocent until proven guilty and beyond a reasonable doubt, I still have absolutely no idea how a jury could come to this conclusion. How a jury could convict somebody based on what they did not know goes against everything I've ever thought of how the justice system works. Finally, I've been nothing but 100% honest and truthful from the moment I sat down with Detective Wofstead, continuing through the trial and until this day about every single thing to do with this entire ordeal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. It is the judgment of the court that Mr. Olson be committed to the Montana State Prison for a period of 100 years. With regard to the suspended portion of his time, taking into consideration the recommendations of Dr. Scolati, his age, the seriousness and pervasiveness of the harm, the court will suspend 85 years of that sentence. Concern is the state of treatment at the Montana State Prison. I'm hopeful that without the parole restriction, he'll be eligible to engage in treatment. However, I have no control over that, and I'm not certain if he'll be able to participate in treatment there before his release or not. If he has not been able to complete sex offender treatment as recommended by Dr. Scolati, he will specifically be required to follow through with sex offender treatment in the community. I understand the potential risk that that presents if he is unable to complete sex offender treatment while in prison. However, I'm confident with the numerous recommendations that are provided for in his supervision that the Department of Corrections will be able to ensure the protection of both the victims in this case